Hello, everyone. This is Rick with a Cyber Pro podcast where industry leaders share their insights. It's 5 questions in 9 minutes because hackers never sleep. Let's get to it. Tell us who you are and what do you do?
Yeah, so my name's Shannon Burgess. I work for CAC Forensics, which is a consulting company out of Dallas, Texas, and specialize in a lot of digital forensics. So, everything from damaged devices to vehicle systems, smartphones, computers, and everything in between.
It's awesome, Shannon. What do you love about being a cyber professional, especially a digital forensics profession?
Yeah, so I think it's probably the same for everybody in the profession. Just you meet a new challenge every day. No day is the same. And you just get to work on some of the cutting edge technology that's out there. And it's like I said, it's a new challenge. It's always challenging you. You're always learning new things, and I'm a firm believer in lifelong learning. So this it really speaks to that.
No, that's awesome. I agree. Right? I mean, I think most of us talk about always finding something new to do.
Right.
So, with that, digital forensics has been around since the creation of the internet, right? I mean, we know that
Right.
computer came up and somebody's going to do something stupid and somebody needs to find out what they did. So this is probably a very intriguing question for you. Today, people talk about cybersecurity as a top concern. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so I thought about this question quite a bit actually, and cybersecurity I think is a top concern, and it should be for everybody, individually and as a company. Uh, and it's not going anywhere. Obviously, there's more connected, devices, coming out every day, from light bulbs to vehicles and everything else. So I think, it's a huge concern, but I think the biggest problem is just getting those fundamentals out there for, individuals like passwords, two-factor authentication. You know, what we think of as the simple things and the easy solutions. I don't think it's not been quite adopted yet in the mainstream. And I think just, continuously working on that is, one of the biggest concerns in the industry. And then, as far as it goes with digital forensics, you know, as cybersecurity evolves and changes, there's new challenges for us to get into the devices, whether it's encryption or, hardware or software implementation. And, I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think we're necessarily gonna all, sing kumbaya and work together and have back doors for, digital forensics analysts. So I mean, it goes back to it's always going to be a challenge. It's here to stay, and I think everybody just needs to adopt that and move on.
Shannon, what insight do you want to share with our network of cyber professions?
Yeah. So as far as insight, I think the biggest problem that I see in the industry is you know well, there's two: imposter syndrome. Everybody suffers from it at some point, and then just having that kind of fear to get out there, in your first job or step out of your comfort zone. And that's something that I did early on, and it's helped me get to where I am today. And it's just something I want everybody to know that take that leap of faith, take that first step, because we learn a lot through our successes, but we learn so much more through our failures. And that's how you're gonna progress in your career and how you're gonna progress in life.
You learn a lot from losing $100 million on a failure. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. Thankfully, I haven't been in that position, but
Right, right. No, I crack up when I hear some of those big losses, and it's never just a single person, right? It's usually multiple failures across the board.
right.
I'm going to throw in a bonus question before we hit our final question, Shannon. You talk about imposter syndrome. Talk me through what that is and why and how people can just kind of avoid it, because you're right. It's very impractical in our community.
Right. So, I think it's kind of hard to, it's hard to approach individually because it's different for everybody. But I think the biggest thing is just knowing that, you're not always going to know everything in the industry. It's so broad, there's so many niche areas to get into. You can't know it all. I think you need to be okay with the fact that you don't know everything. You don't know what you don't know, but the resources you can go to learn those things. And, just kind of accepting that and being okay with it.
No, that's awesome. And I think that's exactly what we're looking for, is just that. That was less than 30 seconds worth of advice, but it was very, very important advice.
Yeah.
Let's jump to the fun question. What's your favorite piece of retro technology that just makes you smile?
So I grew up, my father was a classic car restorer. So I think I've always got to go back to that. I love classic cars, vehicles, how they've evolved over the years, and especially how they've become connected, in this day and age. But I think my number two would be, everybody remembers floppy drives, that satisfying feeling you get when you insert a floppy drive into a computer and that click. Oh God, I could watch that all day.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite classic car?
I don't. I like them all. I can't just pick one.
Shannon, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
You did it. You made it to the end. Check us out for more content.